So this is gonna be the second exercise I'm gonna do. I'm just doing a face pull, right? You can do these with the regular rope. I actually really like these because of how I'm able to grip them, but a normal rope would be totally fine, right? So biggest thing here, once again, chest is out, right? I don't wanna be rounded forward. I wanna make sure my chest is out, my feet are set, core is set, and from there, I'm pulling, and as I'm pulling, it's really, really, really important to make sure that you get that pause, especially with like a rear delt exercise, so you can really feel it in your rear delts, and then nice and slow on the way back, right? What I do see a lot of people where they make mistakes, they pull so far that they end up using their traps and their middle part of their back. That's not what we're trying to target. We're trying to target our rear delt, right? So I'm only pulling to here. That's all I need to go. I don't need to go all the way back. So you see people pulling this thing all the way back, and that's not what we want to do. We want to make sure that we are pulling, feel it right in our rear delt, and then nice and slow back. Pull, feel in our rear delt, nice and slow back. I don't like just to go through this exercise like this. I like to actually make sure that I'm giving that little 2-second pause, and then I'm back. 2-second pause, and then I'm back, right? You're gonna feel it a lot when you do that, when you're squeezing and you have that mind muscle connection, especially a rear delt is a hard muscle to connect with. But if you do it a lot, you'll get really good at that. And that really makes the shoulder look so much better when you have that 3D look, when it's really round on the backside. See, a lot of guys have good development in their middle part of their shoulder, but they have no development on the back part of their shoulder.
Good weight that you would suggest around this weight, because I know like shoulders, people could shoulder press heavier, but what about for rears?
Small muscle, right? It's a very, very small muscle, so you don't need to go super, super heavy with it. And the thing is if you're actually pausing, right, you always want to have progressive overload. You want to get stronger in the movement, but you also got to know, like, if I'm putting a bunch of weight on here, right, let's just say like that, and I come here and I'm doing the same exercise, and now all of a sudden I'm pulling with my traps, right? First thing you do is you need to start using all these other muscles to get this thing to come back. Now I'm using my traps, I'm using my mid back, I'm using all the other muscles instead of that rear delt that I want to target, basically. So when you start adding too much weight on your exercises, the issue is now you're starting to use secondary muscles that you don't want to use. Think about it, if you're pulling this and it's light, you're able to target just that muscle. But as soon as you start loading this up, guess what? You're gonna start pulling, and now guess what? You gotta use momentum, you gotta use your traps, you gotta use other muscles to be able to get that weight to get back there, especially on an exercise like this. So it's super important to make sure that you use the right amount of weight. You don't wanna overload the weight and basically start using everything else in your body besides the muscle you're really trying to use, you know? I hear people ask me a question, they'll ask me all the time, like, their elbows, right? Like if you pull too high, you start feeling in your traps, right? If you start pulling too low, you feel it in your lower lats. Like there's a happy medium where you basically want to take like your pull, your line is from here and we're here. We're not high, we're not low, right? So when I'm pulling, I want to pull in that same half, right? I don't want to be pulling up here because like that's traps. If you just go like this, you're gonna start engaging your traps. If you start pulling low, you're gonna start engaging your lats, right? But if you're pulling in the same path, you're gonna hit your rear delts really well. So that's why it's so important. If you just look, I'll go this way, so you kind of have a better view of it. I'm here, right? And I just wanna pull here, right? You can see my path of my elbows aren't high, they're not low. So I'm just pulling, boom, right there.
Now, how many sets in total do you recommend for all this?
I like to do 4 sets. Usually all my exercises, 3, sometimes 4. And I'll be honest with you, me personally, if I feel like I'm doing an exercise and I really like it, and it's like one of those, you know, guys that lift, they know, like, when you're doing something and it feels really, really good, you might do an extra set, right? There's nothing wrong with you doing a 5th or 6th set. But ultimately, it all goes back to, like, listening to your body and not overtraining either. A lot of guys come in the gym, they'll be here for 2 hours. It's like, dude, what are you doing? 2 hours of working out, unless you're doing cardio, makes no sense, right? You want to be in here, go ask the best guys in the world, 45 minutes, hour, get in, get out. Intensity, pick it up and get done. Don't sit in here, don't wait too long. You know what I mean? Don't be talking in between your sets.
What about the rest times? How long do you suggest?
Depending. So it's like if you're getting ready for a show or you're competing, you want to probably be around 30 to 45 seconds. If you're in your off season, 2 to 3 minutes. It really depends on the person and the coach's program that they put you on. But for me, if I have clients and I know they're getting ready for a show, 30 to 45 seconds. I want them the heart rate to stay high. I want them to get in and out. I want the intensity to stay high. Now, if they're trying to put on muscle, it's a little bit different. You want to take a little bit more time so that you're able to lift that load and be able to get to a point where you're able to lift. If you're benching super heavy and you got 405, you don't want to be going super fast. You want to make sure you take your time and actually recover so you can actually lift that load.